Tonight, we're just amazed to see how many people are here who share a deep love for this neighborhood as well as the city of Detroit. My name is David Merritt. I'm a pastor at Straight Gate International Church.
My name is Imani Day. I am an architect and founder and principal of Revision Studios.
And this plan takes a decade-long approach to how we can bring more amenities and services to the people within this neighborhood.
It's home. That's what it is. This area is home.
It means home.
I think the best way to understand this is that these plans cannot be static documents that sit on a shelf. They need to evolve, they need to change, they need continued input.
You all have helped identify the gaps that exist in the neighborhood. But here else is what we know about the current existing conditions. Nearly 1/3 of the properties are vacant.
I didn't realize this community was lacking so badly until coming to this meeting.
There's really nothing around here for me. I walk from Grand River to Elmhurst on a daily basis.
Now, you just heard the background story of Straight Gate Church and the wonderful work that goes on here in Give Merit. But it's those existing conditions that we just discussed, which helped us to form Renaissance of Hope, which is a full-service, nonprofit, community development corporation arm of Straight Gate, which will oversee the 43 neighborhood parcels. And it's amazing what we're doing here. This plan that we're talking about today is how we plan to contribute. But is this the neighborhood master plan? No. This is our plan for the parcels that we currently own and the ones that we hope to acquire within the boundaries identified.
It will make the people in the neighborhood feel that they have not been forgotten and that their area is important, and that it'll bring value to their neighborhood.
Again, I'm Kuhu, as John mentioned. I have the pleasure of being the co-founder of Give Merit with David. And this project has been 4.5 years in the making. It calls for demoing 2 buildings that have sat at the front of the neighborhood for the last 30 years, blighted, and developing a state-of-the-art park facility. And so we anticipate that we can meet the needs of neighborhood residents, both through physical impact, but also through education, through the economy, and environmentally. So getting into the building a bit, what you see on this outside wall is a rock climbing wall. Inside will be an NBA-sized regulation basketball court, but the building will also be full of world-class technology. And it's our goal to continue to offer amazing youth development programming where we have opportunities for young people to create the future.
Just to have resources where children can come not only and play, but be enriched and be educated. I think it's going to bring the community closer together and give an area for kids to come and a safe place for them to have a good time and take them away from getting into trouble.
So we believe that neighborhood residents deserve, right where they live, deserve access to human services that they can help strengthen their families, access to the type of job training and placement where they can help strengthen their families. And so you are currently sitting on the 2nd floor of the school building, but our plan with the Resource Hub is to reimagine and renovate all 3 floors, where we're going to be building an innovation lab focused on technology as well as a co-working space so businesses and nonprofits in the area can collide and strengthen their impact. And so why can't catalytic spaces and developments like these be in this neighborhood? We believe the neighborhood residents deserve access to these type of services and these types of amenities, and it doesn't have to be downtown and it doesn't have to be in the suburbs, but it can be right where you live and where you have lived for decades.
Builds healthier relationships. It allows people to come out of their home and interact with one another, something that we forgot or something we haven't done in years. So I believe it builds a healthier relationship, like you said, not just the physical, but it feeds the mental, it feeds the emotional. We as human beings are emotional beings and we need that interaction with one another.
Understanding that open lot activation, can we start to introduce these interchangeable activities, which we started with something that looks like and is a life-size chess back here. where we can actually just create more activity on this corner, landscape it really beautifully. This is really just sort of paved grass that can become any sort of activity, but starting with a life-size chess to understand where the neighborhood's interests are in terms of recreational activities.
Well, I can tell you I'm very excited about the idea of expanding green spaces and making it something that every segment of this community can enjoy. I'm a big fan of that and would love to help make that a reality.
What we're trying to do, if we do introduce any new types of housing, we want to make sure that we're responding to the existing context. And so the first thing that we wanted to see is there are setbacks. You can see the front yards everywhere in the neighborhood that's held throughout the neighborhood. We're respecting the setbacks, the pitched roofs, the multi-dimensional facades, the diversity of the materials. And then when we start to look at actually implementing and placing those houses in the typologies that we just mentioned and showed you in the diagramming, can we start to beautify the street, anchor it with a lot more housing density, more eyes on the street, more safety, more community building here?
We have a lot of existing homes in the neighborhood that need work. Some of the existing homes where maybe people may be living that can't afford to fix their own house up if the project made some kind of accommodation for those homes as well.
Some of the homeowners don't have the finances for major repairs, on their homes. Some of the people that's lived here for a long time, and they just can't afford to upkeep the property.
You walk around the streets within this neighborhood, and you can just see the lack of investment. And it's not the people, like the people's spirit is rich, this people's spirit is strong. We need to reward that resiliency. We need to reward people that have been walked over for decades with investment, whether that's dollars, whether that's time, whether that's our lives, really. We are here to help people become.
This is a marathon. It's going to take a long time. There are going to be some setups, there are going to be some setbacks, but there are going to be victories in the end.